You're on your knees, but you feel nothing. The words come out of your mouth, mechanical, empty. Our Father who art in heaven. The prayer that once saved you now feels like a lie. You repeat the right phrases, make the right gestures, but inside, only silence. You don't remember the last time you truly felt God. Maybe it was years ago, when you still believed that praying changed things, when you still had strength to hope. Now you just pretend to pray, pretend to believe, pretend everything's fine. And worst of all, you don't know when you started lying. Don't know the exact moment your faith became theater. You just know something died inside you. Some people lose faith and scream, stomp their feet, question God, feel rage, but not you. You just became empty, as if God had left through the back door. No warning, no sound, no goodbye. And now you carry this secret guilt. Did I do something wrong? Did I sin too much? Did God give up on me? But what if I told you that you didn't lose your faith? What if the problem is much darker than that? What if, in truth, you lost yourself first, and God simply can't find you anymore? Let me explain what really happened to you. There's a name for this. Carl Jung called it the death of the shadow. You killed parts of yourself to be accepted, silenced your anger thinking it was sin, swallowed disrespect calling it Christian love, accepted crumbs calling it humility, and every time you betrayed who you really were, a part of your soul went dark, little by little, slowly, without you noticing. Jung said that when we deny our truth, we create a false persona, a social mask. On the outside, you're the perfect Christian, smile at church, help everyone, never complain. But inside, you're starving to be seen, starving to be heard, starving to truly exist. You think you lost God, but the truth is you lost yourself first. Betrayed your truths so many times you don't even know who you are anymore. And when you disappear, God has nowhere to live, because God doesn't dwell in masks. He doesn't live in edited versions. He doesn't relate to religious performances. He wants your heart, the real one, the wounded one, the honest one. But you hid that heart, buried it under fake smiles, locked it behind automatic amens, suffocated it with blind obedience. And now you feel this brutal emptiness. It's not God's absence, it's your absence. You became a ghost in your own life, a body that breathes but doesn't live, a mouth that prays but doesn't feel. You know what's most painful about all this? You did it thinking it was right, thinking being Christian meant erasing yourself, thinking pleasing God meant disappearing. But God never asked that of you. He never asked you to become invisible, never asked you to accept abuse in the name of forgiveness, never asked you to silence your voice thinking that was holiness. What he asked for was truth, and you gave him a well-rehearsed lie. Now you understand why faith doesn't come back, because you're not trying to reconnect with God. You're trying to reconnect with who you were before you started betraying yourself. You called it faith, but it was just fear. Fear of being rejected, fear of not being good enough, fear of God abandoning you like others abandoned you. So you created a contract, silent, unwritten, but real. If I'm perfect, God will love me. If I never complain, if I erase myself, he'll stay, he'll accept me. But that was never faith. It was bargaining, negotiation, manipulation disguised as devotion. You thought you were serving God, but you were just enslaving yourself to fear. Fear of being seen as flawed, fear of disappointing, fear of being human. And the more you tried to be perfect, the further you moved from who you really were. The more you betrayed your essence, the more you died inside. Because no one can live as a saint. No one can wear a mask 24 hours a day. No one can fake peace when bleeding inside. And that's exactly what you did. You stored the anger, swallowed the tears, smiled when you wanted to scream, forgave when you needed justice. And every time you did that, you thought you were growing spiritually, thought you were being strong, thought you were pleasing God. But God never asked for that. He never asked you to pretend you're fine, never asked you to become a religious robot, never asked you to suffocate your humanity. What he asked for was truth, vulnerability, brutal honesty. Come as you are, with anger, with pain, with doubts, with fear. But you didn't come. You sent an edited version, an improved copy, a well-behaved character. And God looked at that and said, "Where are you? Where's your heart? Where's your truth?" You think God disappeared, but he's just waiting waiting for you to remove the mask, waiting for you to stop pretending, waiting for you to become you again. Because true faith doesn't begin with perfection. It begins with breaking, with admission, with the brutal courage to say, I can't pretend everything's fine anymore. If you've made it this far and felt every word burn in your chest, I need to tell you something. You're not alone in this pain. There's a place where your truth doesn't scare anyone, where your brokenness is welcome, where God doesn't need edited versions of who you are. This channel was made for that, to show you that true faith begins when you stop pretending. Click the button right now and subscribe, because every video here will help you understand why you suffer, what God is trying to teach you through it, and how to become yourself again. No masks, no theater, just truth. Now listen to what God is saying to you, not with anger, not with disappointment, but with a tenderness you forgot existed. Ezekiel 36:26. I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. Did you read that? God won't fix the heart you broke. He'll give you a new one. He won't repair the faith that died. He'll plant another, alive, real, beating, because God never works with patches. He doesn't fix, he recreates. He doesn't glue the pieces. He births from scratch. You spent years trying to recover the faith you had before. That innocent faith, that faith that didn't question, that faith that believed in instant miracles. But God doesn't want to give you back that faith, because that faith was childish, fragile, dependent on emotions, dependent on quick answers. What He wants to give you now is something much greater, a faith that endures silence, a faith that doesn't need proof, a faith that doesn't negotiate, doesn't bargain, that simply trusts. But for that to happen, you need to die, not physically, but die to this false version of yourself, die to the fear of displeasing, die to the need for approval, die to the mask you've worn for so long, die to be reborn true. Jesus said in John 12:24, unless a grain of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains alone, but if it dies, it produces much fruit. Do you understand what that means? Your faith didn't die to destroy you. It died to germinate. It died to make room for what's real. All this emptiness you feel, it's not absence, it's preparation. It's God cleaning the ground, removing the rubble, taking away what was false, because He doesn't plant the new in the same place as the old. He pulls everything out, removes even the roots, leaves the ground clean, empty, frightening, and you look at that emptiness and panic. Where's God? Why did He abandon me? Why don't I feel anything anymore? But He didn't abandon you. He's just preparing you to receive something you never had, a faith that doesn't depend on feelings, a faith that doesn't negotiate with God, a faith that simply is. Psalm 51:10 says, create in me a pure heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. Do you see? David didn't ask God to fix. He asked God to create, from scratch, new, clean. And that's what's happening to you now. God is creating, not repairing, not adjusting, creating. If you're feeling that God is speaking directly to you through this message, I need to ask you something. Subscribe to this channel now, and leave a comment writing just, I choose to be reborn. This phrase isn't just for me. It's a commitment you're making to your own soul. It's you saying out loud that you're ready to let die what needs to die. Write it now. I choose to be reborn. Now comes the part that will hurt, but it's the pain that heals, the pain that frees, the pain that gives you back life. First action. You need to stop lying to God. I know it sounds simple, but it's not, because you've lied for so long you don't even notice anymore. Tomorrow, when you pray, don't repeat ready-made phrases. Don't put on a show. Don't try to impress God with beautiful words. Just speak the truth, the raw truth, the truth you're afraid to say. God, I feel nothing when I pray. God, I don't know if I still believe in you. God, I'm angry about all of this. God, I'm lost and don't know how to come back. Say it, out loud, alone in your room, without fear of being blasphemous, without fear of being judged, because you know what will happen. For the first time in years, you'll feel God close, not because He came closer, but because you came back, the real you, the true you, the you He always wanted to know. God isn't scared of your anger, isn't offended by your doubts. doesn't abandon you because of your weakness. He just can't relate to masks, to performances, to edited versions. So take off the mask for the first time and let God see who you really are. Second step, forgive yourself for betraying yourself because you carry even harder. Guilt for erasing yourself, guilt for accepting crumbs, guilt for silencing your voice. And you look back and think, how did I let this happen? How did I become this? But listen, you did the best you could with the awareness you had. You were surviving. You were trying to be loved. You were trying not to be abandoned. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're not weak for doing that. You're human. But now you know. Now you understand. And now you can choose differently. So look in the mirror, look into your own eyes, and say to yourself, I forgive myself for betraying myself. I forgive myself for becoming invisible. I forgive myself for believing I needed to disappear to be loved. I forgive myself, and repeat this every day until you believe it. Because as long as you carry that guilt, you won't be able to be reborn. Until it's true, you'll stay trapped in the old version of yourself. You'll keep carrying the heart of stone. But when you forgive yourself, when you embrace yourself with compassion, when you understand you were just surviving, something changes. The weight lifts, breathing returns, and for the first time in a long time, you feel truly alive. Hey, if you got distracted, to come back here with me now, because what I'm about to tell you is the most important part of all this. Pay attention. Third action, you need to recover your voice. That voice you silenced, that voice that bothered people, that voice that was too much, that voice that made you seem difficult, complicated, problematic. You silenced it for so long that now you don't even know what you truly feel anymore. Someone asks you, how are you? And you answer automatically, I'm fine, but you're not. You haven't been fine for years, but telling the truth seems dangerous, seems like you'll be abandoned, seems like you'll be judged. So you keep pretending, keep smiling, keep saying everything's fine. But every time you do that, you die a little more. Because you weren't created to live in silence. You were created to exist out loud. So start small. Start with one person you trust. And tell the truth you hide. I'm not okay. I'm exhausted. I can't pretend anymore. I need help. It will hurt. It will feel wrong. It will feel like you're being weak, needy, problematic. But you know what will happen. You'll breathe. For the first time in years, you'll feel you can truly breathe. Because every time you speak the truth, you recover a piece of your soul. Every time you stop pretending, you start existing again. And God, He can finally find you. Because He's always been searching, but you were hiding. Behind the mask, behind the fake smile, behind the I'm fine. Fourth action, set a boundary. Just one. To start, look at your life now and identify one thing you accept but shouldn't accept. One thing that hurts you, but you allow. One thing that erases you. It could be, but you justify. The way someone treats you. The way you accept disrespect. The way you erase yourself to please. Choose one thing and say no. It doesn't need to be dramatic. It doesn't need to be aggressive. It can be simple. I won't accept this anymore. I won't allow this anymore. I deserve more than this. And when you say that, you'll feel fear. Fear of losing the person. Fear of being alone. Fear of being punished for having a voice. But you know what will happen after? You'll feel something you haven't felt in years. Dignity. That feeling that you matter, that you're worth something, that you don't need to disappear to be loved. And when you feel that, when you recover your dignity, faith returns. Not the old faith, not that childish faith that negotiated with God, but a new faith, a faith that knows who you are, a faith that's not afraid of truth, a faith that doesn't need masks. Proverbs 29:25 says, fear of man is a snare. Do you understand now? You live trapped in the fear of displeasing, trapped in the fear of being rejected, trapped in the fear of truly existing. And God is setting you free, not by taking everything from you, but by taking you from everything that imprisoned you. Faith doesn't come back. It's reborn. And when it's reborn, you're reborn with it. You were on your knees, but you felt nothing. The words came out mechanical, empty. Our Father who art in heaven. But now you understand. You didn't lose faith. You lost yourself. And God was waiting for you to stop pretending, waiting for you to remove the mask, waiting for you to become You again, because he never wanted a perfect saint. He wanted you, broken, and
Real,
when you finally surrendered
honest.
the truth, when you stopped negotiating, when you admitted you were lost, he found you, not with judgment, not with disappointment, but with that tenderness you had forgotten. Ezekiel 36:26. I will give you a new heart, not the heart of stone you were carrying, not the mask you were wearing, not the edited version you were presenting. A new heart, alive, and for the first time in years, real. You feel something. It's not euphoria. It's not that artificial religious emotion. It's peace. Peace of someone who can finally be who they are. Peace of someone who doesn't need to pretend anymore. Peace of someone who understood that God never asked for perfection. He asked for truth. You look in the mirror now, and for the first time, you don't see a stranger. You see you, tired, but true, wounded, but alive, broken, but being reborn. And you understand, faith didn't die to destroy you. It died to free you. It died to remove what was false. It died to plant what is real. It died so you could be born again. And now, when you pray, the words don't come out mechanical. They come from the heart, from your heart, from the heart God gave you back. Our Father who art in heaven. And this time you feel every word, because this time you're not pretending. You're alive, you're present, you're home. And God, he was always waiting for you to return, not as a perfect saint, but as yourself. Welcome back. If this message made sense to you, subscribe to our channel. Here, every story reveals why you suffer and what God is teaching you through it. Psychology, to understand yourself. Spirituality, to understand the why. And for you who made it to the end of this video, I want to make you a spiritual promise. If you comment now, I am reborn today, God will honor that declaration, not as magic, but as commitment. You're saying out loud that you accept to die to the false and be reborn to the true. And when you do that, when you declare your choice, something shifts in the spiritual realm. So right now in the comments, I am reborn today, and watch what God will do in your life in the coming days, in the coming weeks. He'll show you that you were never alone. He was just waiting for you to become yourself again. Right now, I am reborn today.